What is that one decision changed your year for the better?
I don't want to say this because too many people will be right. मेरा फोन किधर है, मेरा चश्मा किधर है, एंड अगर आपको लग रहा है बुढ़ापे से आता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, ये बचपन से हूं मैं. स्काई डाइविंग, बंजी जंपिंग, आई हैव नो इंटरेस्ट. Postponing, I don't know how many things, including this YouTube channel. Pause before you want to abuse someone because you got upset with them. This year, I can only say was full of ups and then some more ups.
Scariest moment of 2025?
मैं थोड़ी मानूंगी कि मैं डर गई, ठीक है, but guys, it's almost 2026 and this has been the fastest year ever. I actually remember New Year's like it was yesterday. Now, since you guys have been with me this year on my journey, I really wanted to recap the whole of this year before we step into 2026. So let's get started.
What is your biggest achievement of 2025?
Of 2025, that's a very... Oh. I'm thinking about this question, guys, as I'm mulling over it. This is the first time I'm trying to think what must be my biggest achievement. Guys, two things. I think starting my YouTube channel, yeah, this comes under the list of personal achievements because I was supposed to do this very long back and it happened this year. Oh, there was another thing initiating some kind of a workout. So there was this whole thing of, I have to get back to doing yoga and workout, and last whole of 2022 onwards, it took a backseat. That started this year. And guys, I can't call it an achievement, but it was a landmark year for me in my life because I entered I'm not sure, 4th decade or 5th decade? 4th decade, yeah, okay. So I completed 4 decades on this planet. And onwards towards the 5th one. And yes, these 3 were my highlights for the year.
Which moment made you feel that I did that, bro, I did that?
Guys, again, this is a personal achievement. And I think only those on the journey, once they get it, will know. I don't know how many of you are stopping yourselves from doing the next big thing in your life because you think you need to lose weight. I really don't know. But I have been that person, postponing I don't know how many things, including this YouTube channel, including working out, including, stepping out, meeting people, partying, I don't know. It was always about, I have to lose weight first. I am not ready for this. So guys, this year I had got an ultimatum from my well-wishers saying, you have to start your channel, whether you lost weight, whether you put on weight, it doesn't matter. You start and you start doing your thing. So guys, it was very daunting for me to start my YouTube channel. I was diagnosed with thyroid last year. And yes, the effects were there for everyone to see physically. Now, the first few months when I shot for YouTube, I would like to say as an actress, it's very difficult, but I think this applies to all women, some men also. That, when you see yourself visually on a camera and you get so conscious about, oh God, I had to lose weight, I had to do this, I'm not looking. Guys, this was for the first time, I think, that I took a decision to not care about it. It does not mean you don't take care about your health, but not take care about, oh God, how is my stomach looking? How is this looking? How is this showing? And I had to dive into something much deeper. So that is why it was transformative for me because I realized, okay, my body and looks are not how I want it to be. What else can I bring to the table? And guys, I think that's where the work starts. It's like I had to work more on what am I saying, how are my thoughts, putting them in one certain order and making it more about, things other than just how I look. So guys, in my journey, that was a milestone achievement and I can't wait for everyone I know to experience that.
Which is that skill or hack that helped you grow the most this year?
Guys, there's this thing which people say, of course, I think it's difficult to do when you're very young and hyper, but pause. Pause before a reaction. Pause before giving an answer. Pause before you want to abuse someone because you got upset with them. Now, I couldn't do this ever, but I somehow started doing that this year. So, zindagi jo bhi phek rahi hai aapki taraf. Sometimes you're constantly reacting. Anyone can push your buttons, anyone can get any reaction out of you. Guys, that stopped happening. suddenly it is gathering your thoughts, becoming the person you want to operate as, and it's like, no, that's not how this person reacts. This person will react how I want her to react. So that happened this year. I think learning and being able to take a pause so I can do better in how I manage the situation.
What is that one decision changed your year for the better?
I don't want to say this because too many people will be right. Working out. Okay, I have बचपन से मुझे शौक नहीं था exercise का या I think any physical activity, if it could be avoided, I wanted to avoid it. And I had got into yoga in a very big way. I was recommending yoga to everyone. अच्छा weight loss हुआ था, अच्छा सब हुआ था. And then somewhere again I lost track. होता है कभी-कभी. You become so overconfident about how you are. You stop doing what got you there in the first place. So, एक 2-3 साल के gap के बाद, when I used to hear workout, it used to give me mild stress. And guys, it's not a small thing. I know people who get stressed when someone tells them you have to go to gym and work out and do this diet and lift weights and everything. So, this year was the year I started. Also, I think somewhere around April or May. And guys, that has been a game changer. Yeah, I would like to tell myself to just keep continuing with exercise. It's very important.
Your biggest disappointment in 2025?
My biggest disappointment. I don't want to sound like I'm Delulu or something, but thankfully, no, this year I can't recollect anything. Where I felt let down or where I felt like it didn't pan out how I thought it will, or where 2025 was beautiful. I think everything in every department I have kind of received more than what I expected. So this year I can only say was full of ups and then some more ups. So God, I don't want to say downs because it really didn't happen. And I'm very, very grateful for it. And I want it to continue for the next few decades.
Biggest teaching in 2025?
Biggest teaching. To come back to the present moment. Yeah, that is my conclusion after these many decades on planet Earth. I think बहुत बार हम या तो past में that happened 10 years back, that happened 5 years back. Somebody told me something 20 years back. Or day before yesterday this happened. And or it is कल क्या होगा, परसों क्या करेंगे, what about next year, what about 100 years from now. So this was the year I think most important realization was life is in the now. You have to kind of keep bringing yourself back to now and check in with yourself in this moment, who am I? Because what I realized is as a person you keep changing. And I was trying to fit into one mold that doesn't exist anymore. So coming back to the now and figuring, okay, theek hai, me as a person, this is who I am now. And this is what the world is right now, has been a game changer, guys. Whether you think you have overthinking problem, anxiety, that whole question of what will happen tomorrow or what happened yesterday, it can all be dissolved if you start kind of identifying with what's happening right now.
Biggest mistake happened in 2025?
Mistake? No, I can't think of. Again, I don't know if it's my ego that is not letting the answer come. I want to believe I did all the right things, but no, guys, I didn't even drop my phone anyway. I've been really good this year. Okay, and all my decisions were taken with a lot of common sense and wisdom. So no, mistake didn't happen from my end.
Funniest moment of 2025?
Oh God, there were too many. Now when I'm trying to recollect, I can't recollect anything. Guys, it happens every day. It is funny every single day for everyone else. So for those of you who don't know, I'm very forgetful with things. मेरा फोन किधर है, मेरा चश्मा किधर है, एंड अगर आपको लग रहा है बुढ़ापे से आता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, ये बचपन से हूं मैं. मेरी रियलिटी के फ्रेम्स थोड़े मिसिंग होते हैं. Every single day I am searching for something which is already in my hand. If the glasses, they're already on my head. If it is there, it is in my hands. Okay, where is that glass I just kept? It will be next to my leg. So I'll be searching for something which is within a half-foot radius around me, and then somebody will find it and give it to me. Like, if my mom is there and I'll say, where are my glasses? And she'll say, oh, it's right there on your head. Okay. Those are funny moments every day, but they're funny for others. Okay, I don't find it so funny. But they happen every day, guys. I made peace with it. And I have very loving people around me who just pointed out where it is.
Biggest adventure of 2025?
Biggest adventure. I say this with all genuine feeling, guys. I'm not being sarcastic here. I'm naturally not an adventurous person. I feel good with the predictable syllabus of life, knowing like, oh, this is going to happen like this will pan out like this. So, skydiving, bungee jumping, I have no interest. Okay, I can't call it adventure. The most daring thing I did, जहाँ मैंने actually chant करके, pray करके, जाके किया कुछ, out of my comfort zone, was visiting the dentist. It was pending for the last 2.5 or 3 years. I was doing everything in my power to not go. Everything else. But it happened this year. In fact, it happened like just about a month back. It was very pleasant. It was just a phobia, but I acted on. I would say that was the most adventurous thing I did. Otherwise, I've traveled quite a bit. I didn't pick up any activity as such in the name of adventure.
Scariest moment of 2025?
Guys, the scariest moment, I can't think of one moment. I can just tell you where my system was showing signals of stress. Because मैं थोड़ी मानूंगी कि मैं डर गई, ठीक है? But I think it was very cute also. It was very illogical also. When we started this channel, I remember first 3 or 4 months, जब भी shooting होता था, मुझे पिछले दिन ठीक से नींद नहीं आती थी. और जब शूट कर रहे तो बहुत पसीना आ रहा है मुझे, मैं भूल रही हूँ क्या बोलना है. एंड ये मेरे फैमिली में किसी को समझ में नहीं आया, क्योंकि दे सेड ये पहली बार है, दिस इज योर चैनल, तुम अपने घर में शूट कर रही हो, टीम तुम्हारा है, तुम टाइम डिसाइड कर रही हो यार, तुमको रात को 2 बजे शूट करना है, दोपहर को 4 बजे शूट करना है, दिस इज ऑल यू, देयर इज नो वन एल्स काइंड ऑफ, सो व्हाई आर यू गेटिंग दिस? एंड I have no clue. Somewhere I felt like, oh God, this is this. And if let's say in my shoot, if I got late, again I got stressed. Like I gave the time of 4 o'clock and it's already 4:35, whatever. So yeah, this was, I won't say scary, guys. I did stuff outside my comfort zone in a very, very loving, sweet way. What I mean is I didn't do something crazily extreme. It was like, this is my comfort zone, so I will just try 10% or like a 10-degree angle change. And I think, guys, that is important. Just make like tiny little deflections when you're trying to break out of your comfort zone. And as time passes and you stick with a certain routine, it becomes second nature to you. So yeah, I can only think of that.
Summarize 2025 in one word.
Dude, I'm a woman of many, many words. Much as I would like to say, oh, I'm a woman of few words, that would be lying. मैं झूठ नहीं बोलती. One word? Guys, for me, 2025, I think, is a year I would just call home. Of course, I shifted homes. We made an episode about it. That is blatantly obvious. I think it's a year, with my birthday onwards especially, a year where I felt like I have come back home to myself. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. And I don't know what age group you are in currently, the one who's watching right now. But sometimes in life you feel you're trying to touch, the spark you had when you were a kid, or when you were an adolescent. You have memory of that person. And you feel like, oh, that's who I was, this is who I am now. But this year kind of felt like, no, this is who I've always been. And for reasons that, of course, I can't explain, I was missing this person. Going out there in the world and being all these other people. So this year, I would say, was coming back home to myself, which was, I think, the most beautiful part of 2025. And now with coming back home to myself, I'm very excited about 2026, because it's like, oh, now you can go out and start the adventure all over again. Okay, guys. So wishing you a very, very happy 2026, and I hope it's the most amazing year for you ever. Take care, bye-bye, and God bless.